Hey guys, Scorpio, this video is specifically for you. We're going to look at the year 2026 coming up ahead for you guys. We're going to look at the whole entire year, okay, and see what's coming in for you. You guys definitely have some retrogrades happening in your sign specifically, so it's going to be super impactful to reflect and go back in time this year in particular. So, my name's Malika from Malika Semper Astrology, and let's get into it for Scorpio. So, it is a year of retrogrades, like I said for you guys. We have Mercury going retrograde in your sign and Venus going retrograde in your sign, which is a big deal because Venus only goes retrograde once every 1.5 years or so. Mercury goes retrograde a number of times a year. However, we'll get into that as we move into the fall. Some things to be aware of. Pluto is in Aquarius this whole entire year, 2026. And Aquarius isn't the most comfortable energy for you guys, Scorpio. Aquarius squares you guys. And so Pluto over there is creating a square to you, darling Scorpio. And this creates a bit of, when Pluto comes into square your sun sign, we're doing some shadow work this year. We're doing some major healing this year. We are going into the deep dark cave of our psyche, of our soul, and we're sitting in the wounding, the fear, the old story, the old habit, the old pattern, and we're really doing some deep inner work this year, Scorpio. Now, it's not all Scorpios, it's those born specifically between October 24th and October 30th. You guys are going to feel this square the most. Okay, so a deep dive into your own personal private life and just doing a lot of healing there within, bringing light to the dark, Scorpio. Now, we start the year out with a lot of support for you guys. So January comes in. The support comes from your dear friend Capricorn. There are so many planets in Capricorn in January, and Capricorn's your friend. Capricorn sextiles you guys, and that is a supportive aspect. And so you can feel really grounded at the beginning of the year. You can feel just the strength, the stability, the goals being activated, super laser focused, Scorpio. It feels really good the first part of January. We have 5 planets in Earth. You guys are water, Scorpio, and you love your Earth friends. Earth just feels really comfortable and stable and nurturing to you guys. Okay. So, good news, the beginning of the year is full of support for you guys, Scorpio, from your friend Capricorn. Then we also have, Jupiter. We love Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of good luck, abundance, expansion, opportunities. He just gifts you your wildest dreams to come true. Okay. So we have Jupiter over in Cancer. Cancer is your friend, Scorpio. So Jupiter over in Cancer creates a nice trine for you guys. So this year, let me see what are the dates here. Um, we have the beginning of the year, January through July. Scorpios born between November 7th and 22nd. You guys have a lovely support from Jupiter in a trine. And so I want you guys to really call in what it is you want to create for yourselves because Jupiter is helping you and Jupiter is sort of waiting in the wings to gift you guys, Scorpio. But with Jupiter, he has to know what it is that you want. So you have to get really clear on what it is that you want to bring into fruition, that you want to create for yourselves. And then watch as Jupiter creates open doorways, puts you in the right place at the right time, puts the exact people you need in your path to make your dreams come true. Okay. So, especially those Scorpios born between November 7th and 22nd, take advantage of this from January through July 2026. Okay, January 3rd. We start the year off, Scorpio, with a huge full moon in Cancer. Remember, Cancer is your friend. Cancer loves to support you, Scorpio. And so this feels really good for you guys. January 3rd, you love the feeling that this new year ushers in. Okay, you love the depth and the emotional wisdom and the sort of just the nourishing vibe that this big moon in Cancer provides for you guys, Scorpio. It's comfortable for you. It's going to be especially comfortable for those born between November 4th and November 9th. Okay. Then we move a little bit deeper into January, January 12th and 13th. This is really cool. There's something called a grand trine in the heavens. So basically, all the water signs are throwing a party together. You, Scorpio, are in a Scorpio moon. Okay. And then we have Jupiter in Cancer and Saturn in Pisces, the other water signs. And with that moon in Scorpio, Jupiter in Cancer, and Saturn in Pisces, you guys create a beautiful geometric triangle in the heavens. And so it's like a water dance party. It feels good. Everything for you, Scorpio, feels like in the ebb and flow. It feels super cohesive for you guys. It's just smooth flowing mid-January. Okay, you're part of this Grand Trine water party. Um, and so all the water signs are just getting like a lot of recognition, a lot of respect, and it just feels super good under the sky for you. Then relationships come into play. January 17th, the planet of love, Venus, enters Aquarius. Now, you and Aquarius, Scorpio, you don't quite know how to move with Aquarius energy. Aquarius energy squares you guys. And so, when the planet of relationships is in Aquarius, it's going to make your relationship, Scorpio, feel a bit tedious, maybe a bit tense with this square. And this is going to go for the rest of the month until February 9th. So January 17th through February 9th, it's going to feel like relationships take a little bit of work. There might be some agitation, there might be just some frustrations around. So just being extra, I suppose, mindful in the way of your partnerships will certainly help during this time. Then we have just a lot of other planets moving into Aquarius. Um, around the end of January. So, you can really feel sort of the thorn in your side with this Aquarius energy. Listen, the sun is moving into Aquarius, Mercury is moving into Aquarius, Mars is moving into Aquarius. This is a lot of Aquarius energy for you, Scorpio. It's going to feel a little bit uncomfortable from January 19th through the rest of the month. Okay. So, learning what there is to learn from your Aquarius friends. They do have some wisdoms to teach you, even though it's uncomfortable for you, Scorpio. Once things are uncomfortable, we can sort of turn to them and see what they have to teach us. Okay. Aquarius is just very erratic, electric. Chaotic sometimes, destabilizing sometimes energy. It's very bright. It's very stubborn as well. It's very intellectual. It's all in the head. And Scorpio, you guys like to swim more in the heart and in the depths of things and in the emotions of things, right? And so Aquarius is a bit of a foreign energy to you guys. So, it might be a little bit uncomfortable the rest of January for you. Now, February 1st brings in a really full moon in Leo. Leo is another one of those signs, Scorpio, that squares you. So, the whole moon, the whole sky is lit up with Leo energy on February 1st. And that just creates some tension for you guys. It's sort of, Leo is bright and sunshiny and loud and expressive. Sometimes they can be a little bit obnoxious, and you, Scorpio, you get irritated with them. So there might be this feeling under this big bright full moon in Leo. You guys just want to sort of go inside and draw the blinds and hide. Might be especially challenging, that particular full moon on February 1st, for those Scorpios born between October 5th and the 9th. Okay. Then, thank God, February 10th, we have that planet of relationships moving back into Pisces, moving into Pisces. So Venus moves back into a water sign. You know how to do relationships under a water sky. So this creates just a sort of like a sweet song of love for you guys, Scorpio, once again, for the rest of February, which is really great, just in time for Valentine's Day. Pisces is here to support you guys. Pisces creates a trine to Scorpio. And so Venus and Pisces relationships just feel like they work again, like there is, heart connection, emotional depth. There's a sensitivity within relationships that you really value, a vulnerability that you really, respect in that sense within partnerships. Okay. So for the rest of February, it tends to be a little bit smoother in relationships for you guys. Um, February 17th is our first eclipse of the year coming in. And this new moon eclipse is in Aquarius. And remember, Aquarius energy is difficult for you guys. And so this eclipse, it's a dark, dark sky. The moon is the tiniest, tiniest sliver in the heavens. It's in Aquarius. This can leave you guys feeling a bit tender, maybe a little bit tense as this square energy comes to life, right? This can be hard for Scorpios, especially born between November 20th and 22nd, so sort of at the end of Scorpio. Now, it is an eclipse, and eclipse bring big happenings. Everything is sped up, everything is sort of accelerated, um, changes to sort of level you up and grow you. Eclipses, they don't really ask for permission. They don't bring in things that are like slow and steady change. It's fast, it's sudden, all in the name of your evolution. Because it's in Aquarius mid-February, I really want you guys to just do your grounding practices and get in touch with your inner self, your inner realm, so that it could feel a little bit more smooth, this particular eclipse, and that you have your power about you and your strength about you, okay? Now, March 2nd, the planet of physical energy and sexual energy moves into Pisces. We love Pisces for you guys, Scorpio. So it just creates nice and easy movement for you, Scorpio, in this trine for all of March. So if in March, if there's anything you want to initiate, anything you want to do, any goals or desires that you want to pursue and go after, the light is green in March. Your forward movement is being supported by your friend Pisces. And so this feels really good to you guys. Okay. It's a month where you sort of have a hand on your back, a hand of support on your back, gently guiding you forward. Now, March 18th, there's just more support coming in from our dear friend Pisces. March 18th, there's a new moon in Pisces, and this is the type of new moon you love, okay? Last month, February, that new moon in Aquarius was a little rough, but now March, new moon in Pisces, this feels really good. You feel the love, you feel the depth of the inner worlds coming to life in this beautiful trine, okay? Now, let's move into May. You guys are the star of the show. So there's a full moon in your sign, exactly May 1st. This is a really special full moon. Let's talk about it. So this full moon is at 11 degrees Scorpio. It just makes springtime sweet for our deep darlings. You're happy to start this month off being the main character of the show, right? You have the spotlight on you, Scorpio. The whole sky is lit up with Scorpio energy. Um, Now, what makes this full moon extra special is that there's something called a yod pointing right at this moon. And a yod is sort of like, it looks like an arrow that the planets geometrically create, pointing at this full moon, saying that this full moon is especially important. Now, all Scorpios are going to be feeling the essence of the importance of this full moon, but especially those born between November 2nd and 6th, because it's like right on top of you, it's right on your head. This yod pointing to the moon just says that we really want to go deep into Scorpio land. So allowing yourself that depth of emotion, allowing yourself to feel how powerful you are, feeling empowered under this full moon. It's the ability to really go into the shadow realm and gather all your wisdoms from the dark, from the shadow, and feel healing and feel transformation coming from this. It's a really potent full moon. And so you guys are the star of the show in May, May 1st. And then we have mid-May, May 18th, Venus enters Cancer. And this feels really good for you guys in your love life again. Okay, so relationships. It just makes relationships sort of feel like this. You step into this realm of peace. Relationships become a place of ease for you guys because Cancer is supporting you in that trine from May 18th all the way until June 12th. Relationships flow for you guys, and they're just a place where you can feel safe, you can feel fed and nurtured and nourished within your partnerships during that time. A lot of like heart connection and emotional depth as well. Then on June 1st, the planet of communication moves into Cancer, and this feels really good for you guys as well, Scorpio. So summer begins with this sort of, you have the ability to have really cohesive conversations. Um, in June, if there's anything that needs to be expressed, an important conversation that you want to have, you are very understood this month. So go for it. The light is green in the way of, really in-depth conversations. It is in Cancer, so we're really speaking with a lot of feeling and a lot of heart. There's not a lot of misunderstandings between you, Scorpio, in June, coming from you or being received by you. Like, say what you mean what you say, and it will land quite beautifully in June. Communication is just on your side. Okay. Now, June 13th, mid-month, we have that planet of love, Venus, moving into Leo. Want, want. Leo squares you guys, right? So there is some tension within partnerships in June for the rest of June coming in, where you just sort of have to learn how to navigate the relationship world. Okay. There can be some headbutting. There can be just some challenging things coming into partnerships mid-June into July for you guys. So just be aware of that. We do have a beautiful full moon in Capricorn, the very end of June, June 29th. And this just offers, you guys love Capricorn energy. So this offers Scorpio like a nice dry land to process all your emotions on under this really bright sky that is all about Capricorn, right? You guys enjoy this energy. It's earthy energy. It makes you feel safe. You have an understanding of Capricorn and Cap's early energy. So those born between October 30th and November 4th will really benefit from this full moon in Capricorn the most, June 29th. Okay. Let's move into July. Mid-July, we have a new moon in Cancer. You guys get excited because you guys get to jump into the deep end of the pool together with your Cancer friends. This is just a feel-good sky for you. Things ebb and flow for you guys. There is just this ability to be relaxed under the sky. You get it. There's a lot of beautiful emotional heart connection, which all water signs love. So this new moon in Cancer, mid-July, really serves Scorpios born between November 12th and the 19th the most. Okay. Then we get to, let's talk about communications because they're sort of throwing a wrench in your plans. August 9th, Mercury, the planet of communication, enters Leo, and it just makes communication harder work for you guys, Scorpio, for the rest of August. Okay. We want to be very aware of how we are stringing together words and expressing ourselves because now there could be tensions within communication. There could be misunderstandings. There could be this feeling of like, I just said what I meant. Why are you not understanding it? And your words and your ability to express is just not landing in a way that feels balanced, right? And so work on communication coming in August for you guys for sure. Before you send that email, double read it. Before you send the text, ask yourself, do I really want to send this text? Okay. Because it just feels clunky for you guys as far as communication goes and expression goes in August. Now, movement, physical energy in August is really good for you guys. Mars moves into Cancer for the rest of August, and it just creates a nice rhythm of forward movement for you guys. So, August is one of those months again where if you want to pursue anything, take action, initiate, start anything, the light is green for you guys. Okay. Because that planet of movement is in a very compatible sign to you guys. We have another eclipse happening August, the very next day, August 12th. We have an eclipse in Leo, and this isn't Scorpio's favorite energy to work with. Um, because it can leave you guys feeling, our deep, deep friend Scorpio, feeling a little bit awkward in this square. This eclipse is going to be most challenging for Scorpios born between November 10th and 16th. Okay, so just take note of that. You know, eclipses, they make things happen quickly. Everything, the energy is just heightened. We can feel more emotional during that time. We're definitely being asked, and it's not even an ask, we are being pushed to just level up and grow up and advance and evolve quite quickly under eclipse energy because it's an uncomfortable sign that it's in for you. The sign of Leo. Just be super mindful, take extra good care of yourself, feel how powerful you are and empowered you are under this eclipse energy. Okay. Then late August, we have another eclipse coming in Pisces. This is more your speed. This is more your tempo, Scorpio. So August 27th, we have a full moon eclipse in Pisces, and now you guys are doing a happy dance in this trine. You know, the whole sky lights up with Pisces energy. And you guys know how to work with this. There is an ease of flow coming in again. There is an understanding of who you are and how you relate to people. The mystical, the magical comes to life under this full moon eclipse in Pisces. End of August, it's going to feel really good for you, Scorpio, especially those born between October 25th and October 31st. Then moving into September, we have a new moon in Virgo, September 10th. And you love it, Scorpio. You love this energy. Virgo is your friend. Okay, Virgo creates a beautiful sextile to you guys, which is just an aspect of support. You're able to focus really well in September under this new moon in Virgo energy. You're really able to apply detail to things. There's a lot of like consistency and follow through and beautiful work ethic. There's focus, there's details being brought to life, and you guys can really thrive under this energy in September. It just feels super supportive. And not only that, but Venus, the planet Venus, also enters your sign. So September is a really great month for you guys, Scorpio. We got the new moon in Virgo supporting you, and then Venus enters your sign, making it a month of like love and romance. September 10th, this is happening. And so all of September going into October, love life can be in the very forefront. Now we got some news coming in October with Venus. We'll get there in a moment, but you know, September, love life becomes very fruitful. It becomes very sweet. There's a lot of romance for you guys. There's a lot of depth, soul connection, which you crave, you know, within relationships. The depth of really understanding your partner and not only the sunshiny bits, but also like what they've gone through, what they've held as this, you know, being human experience, what life has brought them, like the depths of those stories can really bring in a lot of connection for you guys in September. Okay, relationship feel really, really good. Okay, so let's move into, let's talk about communication for a bit in September. The last day of September, the 30th, Mercury enters Scorpio. And then you guys are just like the smarty pants of the zodiac. You guys are the man with the master plan for the rest for all of October. So communication is back for you guys, right? You're able to just have these very beautiful, heartfelt, cohesive conversations once again where you are understood. You don't have to work as hard at expressing yourself, and it's just received in a much easier way. Okay, so October, the light is green for bringing in those important communications and conversations. Now, get this. Venus, the planet Venus is going to go retrograde. Now, this is important because it only happens once every year and a half or so. October 3rd, all the way through November 13th, Venus is going to go retrograde in your sign. And so relationships now become this very deep, reflective area of your life where you want to go back and revisit something. Whether it's mentally, whether it's heart-based, whether it's physically, when Venus goes retrograde, it tends to be a time where exes come back in the picture, or old relationships pop up again, and there's just either some cleaning up to do, something to address from the past that maybe wasn't finished. um, we're revisiting things that have happened within partnerships and relationships. Okay, so let me just get the dates here for you guys as well. So we're really reflecting, we're being very introspective, we're going back in time with our connections. Okay. Um, so if you were born anywhere between October 15th, I know this is going back into Libra, but October 15th through November 2nd, you guys are going to feel this Venus retrograde the most. It's right on top of you, it's hitting you in the head, and there's something that you want to go back in time with when it comes to your relationships. It really is like I need to address this. I want to put a period at the end of this sentence. I want to close this chapter, or I want to go back and rekindle and renew and see what I was missing before, see if there's something there, those sorts of things with a Venus retrograde, all the way until November 13th. So do your work, Scorpio, your relationship work. That's not all. Then we also have Mercury going retrograde in your sign. So Venus going retrograde in your sign, Mercury going retrograde in your sign. October and November are going to be big reflective months for you guys. It can feel sort of like you're trying to run through water. It can feel sort of like you're really going into the past and cleaning some stuff up. So, Mercury goes retrograde from October 24th through November 13th in your sign. It just has you in your very deep, reflective thought as you process communications of the past. I shouldn't have said this. I should have said that. Oh my God, I can't believe I said that. Things like that coming up, okay? So the Mercury retrograde is going to affect Scorpios born between October 29th and November 13th the most. Okay, so we're doing a lot of backpedaling, a lot of going back and processing things of the past. October and November, especially for you guys, Scorpio. November 8th, we have a new moon in your sign, a new moon in Scorpio. And so this sort of has you getting your groove back amid all these retrogrades, right? New moon in Scorpio sky feels really good to you. You guys are sort of the main character, center stage. The spotlight is on you. Um, November 6th through the 12th. If you're born between November 6th and the 12th, this has you feeling really, really good, this new moon in Scorpio sky. You guys know how to move under the sky. It's your sky. You guys are the kings and queens of this particular month. Okay. November 13th, finally, those planets go direct again. So Mercury retrograde ends, Venus retrograde ends, and November 13th, you guys get your life back just in time for the holidays, right? So this is really feel good energy. It's like, oh my God, I did so much work processing things, healing things, going back and fixing things if you must, October, November, and then in the on the 13th. It's like, whoo, now I get to move forward again, and things are just going to feel so much easier right in time for Thanksgiving. And then let's talk about December. Right around Christmas time, we have a full moon in Cancer, 2 days before Christmas, December 23rd. Um, you guys are just shining bright on Christmas, okay? Because Cancer is a supportive energy for you. So the whole sky lights up with Cancer energy, full moon in Cancer. And this just has you feeling super good, super supported by the heavens and the cosmos. You guys have your rhythm back. You're feeling the depths of your waters and the wisdom that you're able to share with other people. You're feeling that like deep soulful connection around the holidays. Thank you, full moon in Cancer. Thank you, Mercury and Venus, for going direct again. Now, around Christmas time, especially those Scorpios born between October 24th and 29th, you're really feeling this full moon in Cancer. Okay. So it just feels very satiating for you guys, very nurturing, comforting. And it's your water friend, Cancer, like supporting you. So you know how to move under the sky. You are definitely in your element around the holidays this year. All right, Scorpio, thank you guys for watching. I mean, you guys have a lot of retrogrades happening this year, right? The eclipses can feel a little bit clunky for you guys this year. So I hope this was supportive, and I'll talk to you soon.